Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Surprise in Arizona. Hope you're having a super fantastic, sparkling day. Welcome to Porchlight Letters podcast number 2220, Living with Reverence. It is episode 5 for this week, which is Everyday Sacred, volume 18. And this is the final, I think. Depends on what we talk about tomorrow night. I apologize for being on so late. Time got away on me. It's just been a crazy, crazy week. Today has been lots of ups and downs and carrying ons, and I just totally lost track of time due to everything else going on. So, but here we are talking about living with reverence. What was the movie that had that in? There was the movie that every time they said like reverence or something, somebody in the audience went, reverence, reverend, something like that. Was that Blazing Saddles? I think that was in Blazing Saddles. Anyway, back on track. Reverence isn't about rituals or rules. It's about choosing to live with presence, gratitude, and awe for the ordinary and extraordinary alike. It's about pausing long enough to notice, to appreciate, and to honor the life unfolding around you. Isn't that cool? I love that. It teaches us that reverence comes from paying attention to what matters most. It's living in that moment. It invites us to treat everyday moments as sacred, no matter how small. We talked about that earlier this week about no matter how small, just notice the small thing. Notice the small things. Notice what's going on around you. Being present. Living with reverence creates space for gratitude and connection. I have to tell you, I was on school. That's probably why I lost track of time. I was on school earlier, and not just in Porchlight Letters community, but I was in some of the other communities as well. And one of them is a high vibe tribe. And so I put in there about my saying, no matter what happens today is always super fantastic and sparkling, because I just wanted to share that with everybody. I've also had some conversations with some people who have private messaged me, just breaking the ice and private messaged me. But that was invited, and I was grateful for that. I was full of gratitude for the people who reached out to say, hello, how are you? Welcome to our community. This is me. This is what I do, blah, 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 and asking questions about you. So it was that gratitude and that connection right there in one of the other communities that were available on school. And they have thousands of communities. Some you have to pay to participate. Some are free. We've got Porchlight Letters community in there, and it's free. Just scan this QR code up here and you can come join us in the community. It's a lot of fun. Awe can coexist with simplicity. It's often found in the quietest of places. And what happens when you choose to approach your day with intention and awareness? Oh my gosh, when you decide to do this, when you get, it could be that before you leap out of bed in the morning, and some of you are going to go, I don't leap out of bed. I kind of have to stagger or roll. It doesn't matter. When you get out of bed in the morning, before you get out of bed in the morning, set your intention and your awareness for the day. What are you grateful? Start the day off with gratitude. Give thanks for whatever you can think of at the time. Write it in a journal if you need to. But then approach your day with intention and awareness. My intention today is to complete this. My intention today is to spend an hour doing that. My intention today is to get X number of Post-it notes off my Post-it note board today. Whatever it is, set your intention and your awareness. You honor your relationship. You honor relationships, nature, and your inner rhythms with gentleness. Isn't that cool? I love that. You see the extraordinary happen in the ordinary. You begin to move through life with a deeper sense of meaning and purpose. Or from living with reverence. And how we carry it forward is we start and end your days with gratitude for the simple gifts in your life. So you start the day with gratitude, you end the day with gratitude. Slow down and let yourself be fully present, even in small routines. Yeah, there are times I'm just sort of like, now, I'll tell you this thingy device here, I have been walking around with one of those walking app programs. And of course, if I don't take the phone with me, it doesn't record my steps for the day. But I've gotten to the point now where I'm sort of like, I really don't care. I'm just going to delete the whole walking app. My health thing that's part of the iPhone, That's recording my steps every day. Why do I need this other one? It says it's going to reward me. I've been doing it for 100 and something days, and I still haven't received a reward yet because I haven't earned enough. I haven't walked enough to earn some of these high rewards. And so I'm just sort of like, I think I'm just going to pack it in, because there are times I just want to get up and go for a walk around the house without my phone. But, because if I get up and I go to the bathroom or I go to the kitchen to fill up my water, or get something to eat or something like that, I suddenly realize that I'm in there and, I forgot my phone. And it's just starting to annoy me about the fact that I forgot my phone. And I'm sort of at the point now where I got up this morning and went in to fill up my water between meetings, and I went, I forgot my phone. I'm like, nope, I don't care. I'm taking that app off my phone because it is just annoying me. It has got to the point where it is now annoying. I don't want to carry that. I want my life simple and clear. If I put my phone down in an area and I want to get up and walk around without it, that's okay. So I've made that decision that I'm going to take that app off the phone, and I will do that as soon as this podcast finishes. Actually, I'm going to do it right now. There it is. Remove app. Delete app. Delete. It's gone. That's so freeing. So start and end your day with gratitude for the simple gifts in your life. Now I don't have to worry about them. If I leave my phone somewhere, it's okay. I have another phone. If I do that, I can come to the office. I have a second phone for my second line that if I need to, I can call my other phone on it. So slow down and let yourself be fully present, even in small routines. So now I can be even more present. I don't have to worry about taking a phone with me everywhere. Although living by myself, it probably is a good idea for me to keep my phone on me in all times in case of emergency situations. But, if I want to get up and go get something from the kitchen, I don't have to take my phone with me. It got to the point where it was so annoying because I would go to sit down and this is when Zeffie was alive. She would watch me, and she'd watch me in the kitchen making my lunch, making my meal, whichever one it was, and taking it to the table and putting it there. And then I had a phone stand there that I would put the phone on. I would turn my Bluetooth speaker on. I would have my iPad there to play solitaire while I listened to an audiobook and ate my dinner or my breakfast or whatever. I had to have something to occupy my time. I could not just sit there and not do anything. Even if I could still be present with my food and talk about how good it tasted and all of that sort of stuff. Although I kind of felt like Zeffie was sort of like criticizing me because I was telling her how good the food tasted and I wouldn't give her any. But she would wait until my butt was in the chair and I had been sitting for about 30 seconds, and then she'd go stand by the door to go out back. She did this almost every time. And so sometimes I got up. And so when I got up, I'd start walking, then I'd go back, grab the phone, stick it in my pocket. I said, I got to count my steps. And she would she would frown at me. And but the times I got up and I went to the door without picking up the phone, she didn't frown at me. And I was like, But so then I got smart and I started, before I sat down, I would go and open the door for her, and she would look at it and she would go over to her food bowl and start eating. And of course, because it was hot outside, I didn't want to leave the door open. So I would then close it, go sit down and start. And about 15 minutes later, she'll turn around and walk to the door and say, can you let me out? So we had our own little routine with that. So slow down and let yourself be fully present, even in small routines. Just something as simple as getting up and letting the dog out. Honor your story and the story of those around you. Let reverence guide how you create, connect, and care. And for our legacy connection, reverence teaches those who come after us that life isn't measured by achievement, but by how deeply we love, notice, and honor what matters most. Being present with those that we love, being present in the moment just with yourself. There are times that you just need to be present just with yourself. It could be sitting outside under a tree, taking some deep breaths, squishing your toes in the dirt or the grass or the sand or whatever. It could just be something as simple as that. But if you're in a house full of people will be watching you. They will notice when you do the things like this. They will watch you and go, why? And they may even, you might get the grandkids coming up, or the kids coming up and going, why are you doing that? And you explain it to them. And I says, take your shoes off, squish it in the grass, squish your toes in the grass. And how does that feel? And get, start a communication with them. Okay, so our reflection, up to our reflection questions now. We have 4 reflection questions for you that you can use, that you can put in our journals and everything. The links for all the journals are down below, so you can even pick which journal you want to use to help you on a journey. And inside the volume journals is a QR code that will take you to, where does it take you? It takes you to the playlist for the podcast that those questions came from. Okay, so question number 1. What does reverence mean to you in this season of your life? Whatever season you're in, what does reverence mean to you? Number 2, where in your day-to-day routine can you create more space for presence? Number 3, who or what in your life feels most deserving of your deepest gratitude right now? That's a good question. And number 4, how might living with reverence change the way you approach challenges? Ooh, that's a good question too. That'll get you thinking. And in closing tonight, when we choose to live with reverence, even the smallest moments become extraordinary. And with that, we are out of here. Now, tomorrow night, I have an appointment at 4:15. I don't know how long this appointment is going to go, so I might be a little late. So I'm moving tomorrow night 6 p.m. session to 7 p.m. for Saturday night. So tomorrow night will be at 7 p.m. Pacific tomorrow evening, just in case my appointment runs over. And with that, we are out of here. Go out, have a super fantastic, sparkling evening, and we will either see you on the porch at the community, or we will see you back here tomorrow evening